In today's fast-paced world, it can be really challenging to avoid distractions, which holds us back from focusing on the things that really matter and impacts our productivity in the process. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 tips on how to avoid distractions so you can get more done in less time. Number 1 is to create a conducive environment. There are different places, different situations, different environments that are much more susceptible to you being distracted. If you're working at your computer and you have your phone right next to you, face up, and notifications are going off, you're probably going to get distracted. If you're trying to get some focused work done, but you've got browser tabs open, multiple browser tabs open, you're probably going to get distracted. If you prefer a quieter setting in order to stay focused, then being in a busier environment is probably going to end up having you being distracted. While there are some similarities, each person is unique in terms of what environment is most conducive to them being laser focused and being able to avoid those distractions. So write down what it is for you and then make sure that you're creating that space, that environment, and putting yourself into that environment as often as possible, especially when you really need to get things done. Number 2 is attach to purpose. Often we allow ourselves to be distracted because the thing we know we need to get done is actually something we don't want to do. And so a simple tip here is to attach the thing that needs to get done, maybe it's a boring or frustrating or overwhelming task, and attach that to a greater sense of purpose. Why are you doing it? What's the result going to be? Attach to that greater sense of purpose, and that's going to be something that can potentially click you into gear, allow you to be laser focused and avoid those distractions that would otherwise be there. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for future videos like this. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm and only takes a couple of seconds. Thanks very much, and let's keep going. Number 3 is to make the time. If you don't have time scheduled into your calendar for the things that you know you need to get done, there's a very good chance at some stage you're gonna end up getting distracted. Make sure that you put time into your calendar on specific days at specific times for the things you know you need to get done, and then make sure you're also putting yourself into that conducive environment for getting those things done, for avoiding distractions, for staying focused. Now, if you want some tips on how to schedule, I went through that in another video, which I'll link to here and in the description below. Number 4 is committing to what you will stop doing. Often when it comes to avoiding distractions, the things that you're gonna stop doing are actually even more powerful than the things you're gonna start doing. So some examples here, and you want to write down what is going to be for you and what you're going to commit to. And I would suggest having this piece of paper in front of you, wherever it is that you're finding yourself getting distracted, have it where you can see it on a daily basis. Some examples. I'm going to stop having browsers open when I'm working on a specific task. I'm going to stop having notifications on my phone. I'm going to stop having my phone next to me upright while I'm working. They're just some examples. Write down what they are for you and make sure you then have it somewhere where you can see it on a daily basis to ensure that you stick to that. Number 5 is to develop supportive beliefs. If you believe that you're easily distracted, guess what's gonna happen? Our beliefs shape our thoughts, and our thoughts shape our actions, which then determine our results. And so if you believe that you're easily distracted, you're gonna think in that way, you're gonna act in that way, you're gonna get results of that as well, which then reinforces the belief that you're easily distracted. Not gonna be that helpful, and you're gonna be fighting against that belief system that's going on underneath the surface. Instead, let's switch it. It could be to something that actually utilizes what we've gone through so far. For example, when I make the time, attach to a sense of purpose, and create a conducive environment, I'm easily able to avoid distractions and stay focused on what I need to get done. Develop supportive beliefs around this, and you'll be amazed at how much easier it is to avoid distractions. Number 6 is to be aware of the transition. You can be getting some amazing work done, being laser focused on a specific task for a period of time, and then that could all come undone through the transition period when you're moving from that task to the next one. This transition period in between is when we're often at our most vulnerable because we're laser focused here, we're laser focused on this next task, but in between, I can check my phone and I go scroll through for a period of time, and all of a sudden it's 30 minutes later when all you wanted to do is take maybe 30 seconds instead. So you want to be very deliberate in how you're utilizing that time. Determine, am I going to utilize it to check, maybe it is check some email, maybe it is to simply just recharge for 5 minutes. You could set a timer as an example here. Really what you're wanting to make sure though, first and foremost, is that you're aware that this transition period actually exists in the first place, and that you're utilizing it in a way that allows you to move through into the next phase of your day in a really productive way. Number 7 is to sit with the uncomfortable. Often when we're experiencing something that we're not wanting to experience in our lives, our initial reaction is to reach for something that is more enjoyable. If you're bored, for example, reach for our phones, scroll through, fills the space. If you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, you go and reach for the food, which allows you to feel a sense of comfort. If you're feeling really challenged by a specific task, going and doing a much easier task that might not be as important makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. But here's the thing, those uncomfortable feelings are there to teach us something. If you're feeling overwhelmed, then maybe the lesson there to learn is how to ask for help or how to delegate more effectively. If you're feeling challenged, maybe there's a new skill for you to learn. If you're feeling bored, maybe look at the other areas of your life and see where could I add a bit more adventure into my life. The other aspect of that could be an opportunity for me to learn how to stay focused even in the most mundane of tasks. Look for why the uncomfortable feeling is there in the first place and then see how you can learn from it. If you allow yourself to be so easily distracted, you're actually avoiding the lessons that are there to be learned and the growth that you could therefore go through. What's your best tip on how to avoid distractions? Post it in the comments below and I'll see you in the next video.